So he thought he was coming to do the job for £200, and what he left with was a garage full of shit. The tumble dryer didn't even work, but I told him it did. And then he paid me.
Send in their stuff, which one of the sections is going to be where you guys listening can send in your stories that's happened to you, and we will share it on the podcast anonymously. No one's gonna know who you are. You can even send it
unless you want.
Yeah, you can even.
Yeah, it's like unless you actually want to come on, and you want to tell your story on your own.
Yeah,
we can always do
you get
things
double
like that in
points
the
for that for
future.
sure.
Yeah,
because it takes massive balls, like watermelons.
Watermelon balls to get that going. But yeah, like I say, the idea is we're just going to have kind of a chill chat. We're going to talk about some of our funny experiences, some of our funny stories today, and kind of talk about a little bit about what's going on in the world, because we all know it's a little bit messed up right now.
Yeah.
And just like I say, normalising everything, talking about all this crap, getting it out in the open and just normalising it a little bit. And then, like we say, going forward, we're going to try and make these weekly as much as we can to start out with. I think we should be all right for that. And yeah, just kind of checking out some different stuff that's going on, and hopefully you guys enjoy it, you guys like it, and we can get going from there. So we kind of want to get into our first little section. Yeah. Do you want to tell your embarrassing story, or shall I go first?
I think you should go first, because yours is great. I don't think I can beat it.
Right, so this one, like, I messaged Rob about this actually, like, earlier in the week. It only happened like 3 or 4 days ago, and basically I'm selling a house at the minute. So my grandma died just before the whole lockdown thing started in March, which is really shit, but it leads on to the story.
As if you're justifying that.
I don't know how do you even talk about that without it sounding.
But it led to this, so it's all okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Granny.
Oh no, I feel really bad now. No, it's nothing like I don't know. I'm gonna just go into the story anyway, but see, this is normalising it anyway. You say something you don't mean that sounds crap anyway. So anyway, so when my grandma passed away, we renovated her house. So over the last lockdown, I renovated her house, and me and my now ex-girlfriend went into that house, and we lived there for a couple of months. So there were loads of stuff in the garage, basically, and loads of old furniture and whatnot that needed selling. So now that the house has come to the point of where we were handing over the keys, we were like, okay, we need to clear the garage. So I put it out on Facebook as like a lucky last minute thing, saying, does anyone want to buy this as a job lot? There's loads of furniture, there's a tumble dryer in there. Surely if you want to flip it and turn it around, it's going to make a profit. And then a guy replied to me, and it just was a little bit weird right from the start, the way he replied to me, but he basically said, yeah, I'll come for the job. And I was like, okay, so you want the job lot then? You want to buy everything? And he went, yeah, £200, yeah? And I was like, yeah, 200, that's my asking price, yeah, £200, that's great. I thought I were expecting a little bit of like barter and back and forth about it. Like I was expecting to get like 100, 150, but you always put on a little bit higher anyway. And then, so the guy came 2 days later. It's like 7:30 at night, so it's pitch black. It's freezing cold as well. And he comes with his wife, him and his Polish wife. And
is he Polish as well?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. And it was just like, it was so quick about everything you were moving at. Like when you put someone in fast forward, like that's rapid. What he was moving
Polish
like.
Good workers, to be fair. They do like to work hard.
Yeah. And anyway, we cleared out the garage, and like we were clearing everything. I was lifting boxes and whatnot, and he had like these really like good, like almost like Amazon bags, what I can imagine they put all the parcels in, that was really sturdy and strong to put all the loose bits in. And anyway, once we'd got the garage clear, he grabbed a sweeping brush and started sweeping the garage.
Fucking beast job.
Like, God, this guy's well nice. He's sweeping the garage for us. And then after he'd cleared it all, the garage had been swept. It were all looking really nice. He's got all this stuff in his van, like a load of crap in his van. I go to him, yeah, so £200, yeah? And he looks at me, and I look at him, like 5 seconds go by, Like 10 seconds go by, and he's like expecting me to whip out money for him, thinking he was gonna clear the garage and clear like it was a clearance job.
Like labour, you thought he was getting paid the labour to move everything out. Where did he put all the stuff in a van? He was going to take it to the dump or something, or take it.
Well, that's the thing. Is like we were talking to him whilst they were taking everything out. And he was like, oh, there's some good stuff here. I'm going to be able to put some furniture in my house. And I was like, oh, when he was saying that, I was like, oh, sweet. He's got like the right end of the stick at least. He knows that this is a selling job. This isn't a come and clear it job. And then, anyway, after we'd gone through that whole conversation thing, he would just like put his head in his hands and he was like, oh my God. I can put it all back for you if you want. I can put it all back.
Exactly the way it was.
I can't pay £200 for this. I'll put it all back. And I was like, no, mate, I don't want it put back now. I need to hand over the keys for the house in 2 days. I do not want this shit going back in the garage.
So you got the money?
Yeah. So this is the best bit. Is that so he thought he was coming to do the job for £200. And what he left with was a garage full of shit. The tumble dryer didn't even work, but I told him it did. And then he paid me £100 for everything. Oh. So this poor guy thought he was getting a job, like a nice, easy £200 job. Took him half an hour to clear it out, and he just paid for a lot of shit.
How did he deal with that? Like, just imagine him and his missus in the car after, just looking at each other like,
yeah.
Wait. We were something wrong here. How did that happen?
It was just so funny, like that 5 to 10, well, it felt like 10 seconds of silence just between us while he were expecting me to bring our money out and give it to him.
He's probably like, well, at least we can go back and dry our clothes. And then he goes to turn it on, doesn't work.
Well, it's like that's the problem with it is that it works, so he can plug it in and he can put his clothes in, and it goes, it turns, it just doesn't get warm, so it doesn't actually dry
them. So it definitely does not work.
It doesn't, but
it's just a clothes turner.
Yeah, it's a clothes turner. Yeah. But it was just like the story in itself. I just thought was brilliant. Like again, that bringing it back to like the normalising lifestyle thing is that this Polish guy has completely misunderstood the meaning of what a job lot is. Because obviously from my point of view, a job lot is you're buying it all as one go. It's not a job for you to do.
He's obviously not accustomed to the average eBayer. He's not the average eBayer, no, that's for sure.
Yeah. But that's kind of what it were aimed at. It were like, okay, there's loads of like China and stuff. There were probably £200 worth of China there, but I just can't be arsed listing it all, waiting for it all to sell and sending it off. I'd rather someone just go, here you go, you deal with it. I'm expecting like someone to come from just kind of a pawn shop style thing and just be like, hey, I'll bang everything out.
But, it's a win-win situation for you. Like you're on the winner.
Yeah. Oh man, I didn't even have to sweep the garage. It's done now.
Peace.
So yeah, that was kind of my story, and that happened like 3 days ago. So that was.
Yeah, I can't beat it.